Alright. I don't know what's going on, y'all. But I think we back. I think we back. Think we back. Alright, so I'm just here on a Sunday mission to do what I try to do every Sunday is make some music. It's my older guy to give my gift back to him and really hopefully make something spiritual and just something that I really, 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 really connect to. But right now I am doing the tester on the visual, so I had to come back. I don't know, my stand was jacking up. So yeah, so now we back. And this is also my time to give tips. This is something that I want to constantly do. As you see the banner, it says teaching leadership through music. I made a pivot a couple of months ago to merge performance and speaking into one. And so I thought it best to also do this on my lives. And the best place to do it is Volume. So shout out to all my Volume family, my 62 some people. I think it's 62. Yeah, 62 some people that's out here always supporting. I haven't been on in a while, stepped away, now I'm back. So yeah, I think that kind of covers everything. Everything looks good. I think my stand is kosher now. So yeah. Let's talk a little bit about my week, young. It's been a very difficult week. Hold on while I sip my water. Say my matcha tea. Shout out to my wife, Kelly. I love you. Shout out to my boys, Jason, Jameis. I love you. Jameis, rest in heaven. And so this week has been challenging. I was trying to find the right word, but just challenging. I am an elite club. Some call it disability, some call it health challenges, some call it autoimmune conditions, some call it hell. I mean, I'm just keep it 100, man. It's difficult. It's straight difficult. But this week I've had major, major pain with my GI conditions, and it has definitely slowed me down a lot. And so I'm grateful that I'm hanging okay on Sunday. I've been trying to, well, I have been spending my time on getting this set up right so I can start doing my podcast. My guy Damian Lewis is coming out with a new album this Friday, the 21st. And so I want to be able to interview him again. So I got to make sure everything is up to date and current, and I can do more or less everything I want to do via OBS because it's free. You know what I mean? And so yeah, I'm going down a little bit, but I wanted to at least give y'all a good 30 minutes or so of just some tips and just getting in the studio. I want to try to record every time I feel kosher enough, aside from my days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon. I likely won't be on tomorrow because of um, well, I won't be on at noon. Hopefully, I feel up to coming on later because of doctor's appointment. So hopefully, I make that and I won't have to cancel. I've had to do that in the last few weeks more than I want to. So we are streaming. Y'all can hear me. Looks like a few people are watching. So let me just get into the tips that I wanted to talk about today. Specifically, I want to talk about decision making. Decision making is key in business and in music. And again, as you see on the background, teaching leadership through music, I want to let y'all know how much music has taught me to be the man and the businessman, the musician, excuse me, that I am. And when I was thinking about this recently, as I really just think about what music has done, it has taught me, the first thing that came to mind was decision making. If you have not realized, no matter what level you're on as a musician, business owner, entrepreneur, you make decisions every single day. You cannot go through creating music, starting a business, keeping a business going, whatever the case is, without decision making. And I think for me, decision making became strong because of two things: always crafting. And if you haven't, let's say you're not a producer, artist, what have you, a creator, period, right? In music, you're deciding on so many things, from what I want to talk about, what words do I want to use, what perspective do I want to take, what sound do I want to use for the snare, the kick drum, the hi hat, what guitar sound I want to use. If you're an engineer like myself as well, how do I want this to come in? Do I want it to cut off here? Do I want it to abruptly cut off? Do I want reverb here? How much do I want the vocals to sit on top of the music? I mean, I'm saying every little thing is a constant, constant decision that you have to make. And the same thing in business. When you're talking about starting out, I have a friend who just hit me up and wants help with her website. And so she let me know that she doesn't have a name yet. Now I'm good with names, y'all. Titles is my thing. That's what I do, right? But that's where it starts. Sometimes, of course it varies, right? But when you want to start a business, you got to decide, well, business 101 is, what need are you filling? What's the answer to this big question that a lot of people need fixed, that they want to know? What is the cure? What's the service? Whatever your business is. And so you start with that, but then you think about the name, and you think about the products that you want to sell, and you think about who you want to hire. If you're an entrepreneur, especially in creative space, it's always about who you want to collab with. And sometimes that's just you for a while. And then you want to go into, well, who and why. And so there's so many decisions that you want to make, that you have to make, in order to make great music, in order to build great business relationships as well as personal relationships. Because I do believe business relationships can manifest into personal, and then obviously personal can manifest into business. Now, a key thing that I did mention in my head when I was thinking about this is that, after being in many relationships that give me the experience to know me, to know ideally people and women. And then I think after being in horrible relationships, and I mean that in a sense, not only just because it was a horrible relationship doesn't necessarily mean that the person was horrible, right? I've had great relationships that have happened, but we're not together anymore, right? But I will say, when you've been in very tough, challenging, toxic relationships, it teaches you so much. Just like a bad song, okay? But one thing that I realized after my first marriage and being divorced was that I had to really make sure what I was watching. They say actions speak louder than words, which is true. I also believe that relationships are much like a beat and lyrics. They gotta match. Like, that's what makes a hit to me. A likable song, a very popular song, however you want to word it, is that the lyrics match the beat and the beat match the lyrics. You can have dope lyrics and a bad beat. You can have a dope beat and bad lyrics, right? So they have to match. Very much like in a relationship, your partner, what they say have to match their actions, and their actions have to match their words. So you have to look at people's decision making when you're talking about connecting to them. If they're not making decisions that work well for them, then they're not able to make that for you. And that's what I want to kind of correlate here, not only with music and business, but in your personal life. Because let's just say in music, People are not registering their songs. They're not wanting to sign splits, but they're super talented. What they say is that they're talented. What they say is, "Oh, I was doing this, blah blah blah." But when you see how they make their decisions, you're like, "Yo, I don't care how talented they are. I can't rock with this person." So I want you to be mindful of that, of not only your decisions, but those around you that are making decisions. And if you or not making decisions. So if you are finding people are not making the same decisions like you, they're giving you excuses, they're just not conducive to where what you're doing and where you're going, more than likely you need to let them go. I don't care that your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister, whomever they are, look how they make decisions. And then look at yourself. If you're not making the best decisions on how to move forward, how to progress even just a little bit in your career, you're probably not the best collaborator either. Think about that. You got to be very self aware and telling the truth. All right. So that's my TED talk for the day. Excuse me. Let's get into this music. Now, I finally figured out how to show y'all my screen. And I think I figured this out a while ago, but it didn't really hit me. So let's go to Logic. And if you were on with me the other day, I couldn't figure out why you couldn't see my plugins. Well, I figured that out too. Bow. So this is all I got. I was working on this, I don't even know, a day I wasn't really feeling well. And I just wanted to go through some packs that I had and just trying to think of a way that I can use these packs to manipulate. Because changing the tempo and changing the key is not always going to be sufficient. So, shout out to my guy, Tone Jones, for this sound. And I want to play y'all the original. I'll play the full joint so y'all can hear it. So this is the original sample. Yeah. Okay. Oh man, y'all can't hear nothing. My bad, y'all can't hear nothing. Hopefully y'all heard that. What I meant was you couldn't hear the music because I had it muted. But now you should be able to hear it. All right. So this is the original sample from Tone Jones. And I was like, yo, I need to get back to using the Ovox from Waves because this joint is brilliant. All right. So like I said, changing the tempo, changing the key is not always sufficient. You really want to get in there and flip it. And so when I found this preset, let's turn it back on. It changes the whole dynamic of the record. Now I may use that, haven't decided yet, but this part, which is why I had it loop right here. That ain't crazy, right? It just changes it completely. And that's what you want. Now, if I wanted to change, matter of fact, let me just see what the tempo sound like if I just change it. So I'm gonna keep it the same since it's manipulated so well. But then let's add my drums in. Yeah. fire, man. It's fire. Just gives it a different feel. Now I have no idea what I want to do now, right? I don't even know what key I'm in. Oh, we still in G minor. All right. It's always good to know because it's always good to know. I don't know what I want to add. Kind of got something, y'all. Yeah. All right, so let's just record it. Some of my notes in here. That's cool. Just gonna go in. Yeah, y'all can see everything. Good. So I don't know. I ain't done this in so long. So right up. So just get my pencil. Right. We're gonna get rid of this one. Heard something. So we're gonna move that. it's the same note, y'all. That's what I want. So they touching too close. So I'm turn the velocity. Turn down the other one. There we go. There we go. Hit that save button always, you know what I mean? Now, I'm not really, what's the word? I'm not thinking too much, y'all. This is where the decision making comes into play. You have to always decide, right? But you want to do that in the best way without thinking so much. So I'm really trying not to think too much here. Just the first sound in Cymatics plugin for the keys, and I just play some. You know what I mean? Now let's try this bass line. So it looks like. Velocity up just a little bit. Now, one thing I love here in Reason is you can use a generator. And I've been on this for a little bit, so let's open it up. Actually, I want to use this joint, the ample bass. This joint is fire. It's something about this joint I really like. And then I will use the Reason bass generator. Let y'all see this joint in action. It basically just does the work for me. And I love it. Shout out to my Reason users. Shout out to my Logic users. Shout out to everyone making music. How about that? Bassline. Boom. So you can pick a template. Let's just do 808 bass. Change the velocity. Change the what G minor. So it should be F. I will never act like I know my scales like I should, because I don't, especially when I haven't been playing in a while, right? Yeah, F. All right. It's tough when you haven't been playing in a while. But you have things that can help you. So just turn it down a little bit. I'm gonna mute this. I don't know what's up with my keys lately, man. I mean my mouse. Be acting weird. Alright. So this is randomized note. And I want this to be low, so I'm gonna turn it down an octave. And because it's so low, I'm gonna turn off the drums. Now, sometimes what I'll do is I'll keep it here, and then I'll, change it back down once I found it. Shout out to Joyce Sims, songwriter who passed away at 63. I'm telling you, man, such a blessing to be alive, man. Despite what's going on. Kind of like this, y'all. Stream the drums back in. I don't like that low. So we can fix that. See, I just brought it down. And I'm still learning this too. Yeah. There we go. I'm gonna leave it. Now I can make this into some more patterns, right? But I'm gonna just leave it here. Hit my save button as always, even though it's on auto. Now, something that I want to get more into is just recording myself doing the most bizarre stuff with sounds. Very Timberland-esque and many others that I think you know, but he's my favorite. And this is kind of the practice that I've done over the years. I've been playing for 18 years or so. And the whole goal of producing and writing anything is taking what's in your head and putting it on in the DAW, right? So I might take this sound that I'm making, this melody that I'm making, and I might use it as the vocal itself, or I might find an instrument to portray this melody. We'll see. And I'm gonna just keep that. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Right now I just made it one. So now what I'm thinking, I'm gonna make a send for this, just because I know I got a lot going on with the everything open with the OBS and the DAW and this and that and the third. I want to use my sound toys, little alto boy. Just see what I can do. Just labeling my stuff. I'm not really a color-coded person. I'm trying to get into it more. That's interesting, right? Let's go through the settings. So it's not registering as much as I would like. So I'm gonna take this off the stereo out, and I'm gonna put it as a send so I get more volume on it. It's not really giving me what I thought it would give me. All right, so let's try something else. Let's go to our Slate plugins. Let's use this Murder Melodies. It's a little dark. Just looking for something to give it a little. All right, we got some rewind. So I'm gonna just rock with it. I'm gonna use Sound Toys for some panning. I love pan, man. So yeah, hopefully you can hear that. Yeah. So listen, y'all, we just in here trying to do something. I really appreciate your time. Listen to these tips. Again, this is a tester for me as well. So Sunday test mission is what I'll call it. And I think everything sounds good. Looks good. From looking at OBS, I'll be able to check this out later once it's uploaded. But Lord willing, I will see y'all tomorrow. Remember, not at 12 p.m. more than likely, because I have a doctor's appointment at 1. So if you won't see me at noon, hopefully you'll see me later in the afternoon, early evening. Give y'all some love, give you some more, just more what I do, man, a day in life. Jastin Artis. Much love, appreciate y'all. Peace.